Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Switchy and we know there are a ton of racing games on the platform now. Can't even imagine that in the beginning of 2020 the only good racing games were Vehicle Legends, Driving Empire and maybe a little bit of Midnight Racing Tokyo. But there are so many games which have decided to close its doors forever for reasons unknown. So today I want to talk about some of those Roblox racing games which have disappeared or are abandoned on the platform. Also, I've decided to set a like goal on my videos from now on. So let's try to hit 10 likes on this video. I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I believe in you guys. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Starting off the list very strong with Horizon. Now I'm pretty sure everyone here remembers Horizon, the new game which revolutionized the way car games function on Roblox. It added so many new mechanics like an unparalleled lighting system, bonfires, realistic interiors of cars, and so much more. In 14 days, the game had accumulated over 50,000 visits. The car mods were amazing, it had everything going for it. But what happened to the game next? Why was such a marvelous project killed so soon? Well, there is a reason for that, and also the reason it's not higher up on the list. For starters, the game was really buggy. Like loading in would take you an hour. And even if you load in, the UI was very complicated and not very user friendly. Thus, sometimes bugs and glitches would occur which would ruin player experience. So they made a whole new game called Takeover to fix all of that. You can check out my full review of the game in the card on the top right. Okay, this one is a little bit older. It's from late 2019 I reckon. But this game was on a whole different level of car game. A genre which used to exist in Roblox but has since disappeared. Essentially, checkpoint racing was a modern take on the old checkpoint racing by Wingman 8. It was a point-to-point racing game. Yeah, it doesn't sound like much, but the art style was pretty nice. The game had a low poly vibe while also making the gameplay look good and feel solid. It had deep levels of customization not found in any other racing game at the time. And yes, that even includes the body kits of Midnight Racing Tokyo. The body kits of Midnight Racing Tokyo came after that of Checkpoint Racing Unleashed, so bear that in mind. But as they say, all good things come to an end. And so did this game. Just as the game was starting to get popular, it was abandoned due to unknown reasons. But this game was unique for its art style and feel and how differently it worked compared to other racing games. Checkpoint Racing, you will be remembered. Now, if you have been on my channel for a while now, you know that I was a huge sucker for Motor Madness back in mid-2021. It was different. Think of it as Need for Speed Most Wanted, but more Roblox-y. Motor Madness was an open-world racer which was inspired by Need for Speed Most Wanted. Heck, it even featured the BMW MT GTR, a car never seen in any other Roblox racer before. Besides, it was run by two of the most iconic game developers of the racing community. So safe to say, it was good. But its time was short-lived as in August, development was halted. Now they're yet to give a full reason as to why it was abandoned, but here's where my theory comes in. It's one thing to make a game and one thing to manage and run the game. You have to constantly keep updating your game to keep it up to date and ahead of your competition. And most of the times, something like that is not really feasible always. Exonosphy and Miner were both working on separate games, and in the end, they really didn't have the time to keep working on the game further. Also, the game was not performing quite as well, so maybe that's one of the reasons it was shut down. This game is the example when too much hype really adversely affects the player base. Kinda like what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. Supercharge was supposed to be this power-packed racing game set in this retro-futuristic world with retro-futuristic cars. It was everything you could possibly squeeze out from a racing game. Plus, it was being made by one of the main developers of Vehicle Simulator, an icon of its time. So naturally, people were hyped. A new racing game destined to be the next sequel to Vehicle Simulator, set in a retro-futuristic world, is gonna be awesome, no doubt. Even popular YouTubers like Matrix made videos covering the game. They hired people to give the NPC characters some dialogue for those who purchased the game at the beginning phase with 1,000 Robux. But when you actually looked at the game and played it, it was really disappointing. Basically, the game never left paid access and still requires 25 Robux to play. The chassis was not very good, countless bugs ensued, and overall the game was just a big mess. Plus, the game was not even on mobile and thus was not very accessible to the public. And then they abandoned the game. There's still absolutely no word from the developers on any work being done on the game. This is exactly why hype can sometimes affect a game very negatively. A huge fail, and just a reminder that not to always believe in hype, guys. Sometimes hype can really adversely affect the game. Alright, this is the game which actually inspired me to make this list. This game objectively has one of, if not the best chassis of any Roblox racer today. I remember personally spending so many hours grinding and socializing with friends here. This game started its life off as a paid game but later was made free during beta. This game had deep levels of customization, a unique car class system, a unique never seen before cars, and truly some of the most creative races imaginable. And then it was killed. Why, you say? Reasons are still unknown. We have no idea whether or not this game will be resurrected, but I truly believe this game had one heck of a lot of potential under its belt. I still can't wrap my head as to why it was killed so soon, but whatever it is, it's a big fail and thus manages to top the list as number 1 on the games that disappeared category. Whoa! That was a lot of rambling there. Hope you enjoyed today's video today. Wait, I just seriously said today twice. Well anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to slap a like, maybe even subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everybody.